Hello, my dear students. I am Jerry Wheeler, your mathematics teacher for class 9, and today we are going to solve the remaining questions of exercise 1.3, and we will also learn how to represent real number on the number line. So let's start our video.
Hello my dear students, in our previous video we have learned about the representations of irrational numbers on the number line, where we have represented irrational numbers like root 2, root 3, root 5 on the number line, and on the basis of that then we have solved one question also in which we have to show root 5 on the number line. So now today we are going to solve the remaining questions of exercise 1.3. So exercise 1.3 we have done already in question number 4. I have solved some questions and I have given you some patterns questions also. So now we are going to solve the remaining questions. So question number 5, 1.3 exercise. Let's check here. In this question they are saying that what can the maximum number of digits can be in the repeating block of digits in the decimal expansion of 1 upon 17. Perform the division to check your answer. So we have to divide 1 by 17 and we have to use long division method. Let's do it, and then we have to find out that how many maximum number of digits are there in the repeating blocks. So let's solve this question. 1 divided by 17. As you can see our number that we have to divide 1 by 17. So our numerator is already smaller than the denominator. So it means we can't divide 1 by 17. So what we need to do here? We have to take the help of decimals. So what we will do? We will use decimal here and we can increase our 0. So now from 1 it becomes 10. From 1 it becomes 10. Okay, as it was 1, so now we can put point here, it becomes 1.0. okay, so now we have to divide 10 by 17. Still this 10 is less than what? 17. You can say that our dividend is less than the divisor. So what we need to do here? So here we need one more 0. So what we can do? We can increase one more 0, first in the quotient place, then in dividend place. Now it becomes 100. Now we can divide 100 by 17. So we need to read the 17 table. Now you know that 17 5s are 85 and 17 6s are 102. So we have to use 17 5s. So 17 into 5, it becomes how much? 85. Now we need to subtract it. So how much it will come? It will come 15. How much it will come? 15. Now again 15 is less than 17. So again we have to use our decimal. So after using decimal we can increase more 0 here. Okay, now we can take this 0 downside, so it becomes 150. Now 150 is there. We know that 17 9s is 153. So we have to use 17 8s. That is how much? 17 8s 136. Now subtract this 136 from 150, so it will come how much? 14. 10 minus 6 4 and 4 minus 3 1, so it comes 14. Again 14 is less than 17, so again we have to use 0. Okay, then again one more 0 will come here. It becomes 140. Now we have to again read the table of 17. 17 again 8s are what? 136. Now when you subtract, it comes how much? 4 only. How much it comes? 4 only. Now again we have to use what? Point only. So 0 is there. Again we can take one more 0 here. It becomes 40. Now we can say 17 4 is 68. It is more than this one. 17 3 is 51. That is also more than this one. But 17 2s are 34. Okay, so how much it will come? Now again how much left? 10 minus 4 6. And here 3 minus 3 0 only. So it comes how much? 6 only. Now again we have to increase one more 0. So already point is there. So we can increase one more 0 here. So it becomes how much? 60 now. Now we have to divide 60 by 17. So we can say 17 3 are 51. 17 4 is 68. So we have to use 3. 17 3s are 51. We have to subtract. So it comes how much? 9. Okay, again 0 will increase here and we can make it 90. So then 17 5s are 85. So it comes how much left? 5. Then again we will take 0, and in this way we will solve it again and again. So every time we are getting different digits. Okay, so when we are solving till the end, so at end what remainder is coming? Just check here. At end the remainder is coming 1. Now if we check properly, so from starting when you have started solving, so what you are having as a dividend? 1. When you have used different questions, sometimes 15 remainder left, sometimes 14 left, sometimes 4 left, then 6 left remainder, then 9 remainder left, then how much left? Then 5 remainder left, then 16 remainder left, then 7 remainder left, then 2 remainder left, then even 3 remainder left, but never 1 came. At last even one time 11 also came, but 1 never came. At last 1 came. Now what will happen? See, 1 came as a remainder. Now if you're going to again divide it by 17, so what we will do? Again we will repeat the same process. Again we will use what? 0 only. We will increase 0 here. Already point is there. First we increase 1 0. But 10 is not divided by 17. So again what we will do? We will use again this 0. Then again 5 will come. Then again it will come. Then again all the digits will repeat. Okay, so again they always repeat. So it means we can write that when we are dividing 1 by 17, so what will come? It will come like 0.0588829411767 at last 7. Okay, this will come, and we'll put bar upper side because this all will repeat. We can put here also bar. Okay, this answer will come. Now what was our question given in the NCERT? Our question is that we have to find question number 5. Let's check. Yes, what can the maximum number of digits be in the repeating block? Maximum number of digits of what? Repeating block. Let's check. So we have seen that again these all digits will repeat. So just count them. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 and 16. Therefore we can say the maximum number of digits in the repeating block will be how much? Maximum number of digits in the repeating block will be how much? 16. Clear or not? So this is our answer. So you have seen how much long division it went. Okay, so you can now solve this type of questions I will give. You can solve by yourself. Now move to next question. So question number 6 says that look at the several examples of rational numbers. As in the rational numbers are which type? Where they are in the form of p upon q. It means fractional form. Where q means denominator should not be equal to 0, and where p and q means numerator and denominator both should be what? Integers with no common factors other than 1 and having terminating decimals representations, or you can say expansions. So can you guess what property q must satisfy? So after checking the examples, after observing the example, just you have to tell that which property is q satisfying there. So let's solve this question here. Okay, let's take examples of rational numbers where they are having terminating decimals. So let's take 3 upon 4, or we can take 7 upon 20, or what we can take more 13 upon 25. Okay, these are what various examples which we have taken. Now as you can see that they said in the question they should not have any common factors other than 1. So 3 and 4 are not coming in any table, just except 1. Even 7 and 20 also, neither the 20 is coming in 7 table, in 20 table 7 can't come. So this is also, you can say, having only one common factor, that is 1. And 13 upon 25 also they are having only one common factor as 1. Now if you divide them, so what will come? If you divide 3 upon 3 divided by 4, so let's see. When we are dividing 3 by 4, so it's coming how much? 0.75. okay. Then when we're dividing 7 by 20, so it's coming 0.35. And if we're dividing 13 by 25, so it's coming how much? 0.52. Now look at these all decimals numbers: 0.75, 0.35, 0.52. These all are what? Terminating decimals. As we have given in the question that the fraction which you have chosen, they should have what? Terminating expansion. So they all are terminating decimals only. Okay, so we have taken correct examples. Now which property they are following, this thing we have to observe here. Now if you look at these numbers, okay, just check the q. What is q here? Q means denominator, because they all are in the form of p upon q. And in the question also they have said that you have to check that which property q is satisfying here. So q means 4, 20, 25. So if we check the 4, what are the factors of 4? The factors of 4 are 2 into 2. Okay, what are the factors of 20? If we are taking LCM like this, let's check here. 20 we are taking 2 10s are 20, then 2 5s are 10, and then at last 5 1s are 5. So 2 2 5. So it means 2 into 2 into 5. These are the factors of 20. If you take the factors of 25, so it will come 5 into 5 only. Okay, so these are the factors of these denominators. It means these are the factors of q. Now what we have observed, that these all factors 2, 2, 2 and this 5 also are what? Prime factors. These all are what? Prime factors. Just check. 2, 2, 2, 5, 2, 5. These all are what? Prime numbers. These are called what? Prime factor. This 2, this 2, this 2, this 2, 5, 5, 5. These all are what? Prime factors. And we have learned a property when I have explained you rational numbers. So that time I have told you that terminating decimals. That time I told you an important rule. A rational numbers p upon q is expressible as a terminating decimals only when the prime factors of q means denominator are 2 and 5 only. So this property only we are using here. See, we have observed now, when it comes to terminating decimals, when the prime factors of denominator is what? When the factors of denominators are what? Prime factors. So we can write the same property here. A rational number. So what we have observed here, just we need to write here first. So we obtain the following property. Which property? That a rational number p upon q is expressible as a terminating decimal only when we can express them as terminating decimals when prime factors of q, it means denominator we can say, are 2 and 5 only. Okay, so this property we are following here. So in this way we have solved our question number 6. So if you have paid attention in my previous video, so that time only I have explained this property, so you can solve this question easily. So now move to next question. So I have already written the next question, question number 7, in copy only. Just read it here. Write 3 numbers whose decimal expansions are non-terminating and non-repeating. Now we write the examples of decimal expansion whose expansions are what? Non-terminating and non-recurring. Now which type of you have learned about rational numbers and you have learned about irrational numbers also. So non-terminating and non-recurring numbers are called what? Irrational numbers. They are called irrational numbers. So examples of irrational numbers are what? Root 2, root 3, root 5, root 7. Those who are what? You can say prime numbers, we can put under root on them. So it becomes what? Irrational numbers only. So root 2, root 3, roots 5, root 7, these all are what? Irrational numbers. And if you want to take more examples, so like or, we can write what? Like we have to write what? Non-terminating, and we should not repeat also. So we can say 0.100, now 100, then we can write 1000, then we can write 10,000, then we can write 1 lakh, 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 1 3 4 5, then we can write 1 and so on. So as you can see here, now don't say that 1 is repeating here. No. See, after 1 here 00, after 1 here 000, then after 1 here 1 2 3 4 zeros are there. So we can't say. It is not repeating after a fixed number of digits. Okay, even that 2 zeros are there, here 3 0 comes, here that 4 0 comes, so it is not a repeating decimals, and nor even it is terminating. So it is examples of irrational numbers. We can take more example, like we can say 0.020, then 0.200, then we can write 2000, then 20,000 and so on. So it is also example of what? Irrational number. So in this way we can write many examples of this number. Non-terminating, non-recurring means the rational number. Now move to next question. Now next question says that find 3 irrational numbers between the rational numbers like 5/7 and 9/11. We are given rational numbers and we have to find 3 irrational numbers between them. Now we can write 5/7. If we divide 5 by 7, so what will come? It will come 0.714. You can divide them in rougher. Okay. Then what is the other number? We have another number as 9/11. If we divide 9 divided by 11, so it will come 0.818. You can divide also, the same number will come. Okay. Now it means we have to find irrational numbers between these two numbers, these two decimal numbers, like 0.714 and 0.818. We have to find three irrational numbers between them. So just check here, what is there? 7 1 0.71, so we can say 71, 0.81 81, okay, 71 81. What other numbers which are coming between them? 72 73 74 75 76 77 78 79 and so on. But we have to find what? Irrational numbers. It means those irrational numbers, those numbers which are not irrational, which are not rational. It means it should be non-terminating and non-recurring decimals. So what are the three numbers between them? So the three numbers, or you can say the three irrational numbers between what? 0.74 we can write 5 upon 7, and 9 upon 11 are what? We can write 0.71, so we can write 0.71 after what? 72, but we have to form it into rational numbers. 72 we can write 0, okay, then again 0, then we can write 72 000, then we can write 72 14240, then we can write 72 123 450 and so on. Now it becomes a irrational number. Now so just check 71 72 81, so it is coming between them only, these two numbers. One more we have to find out, because we have to find 3. So we can write after 72 73 75 we can take 750, then 7500, then 75123 then 7512340 and so on. One more we can take 0. Near to 81 we can write 0.79 07900 79 000 791234 791234 and so on. So these three are what? Irrational numbers which are coming between these two decimal exponentials, which are of 5.7 and 9/11. So in this way we have solved this one question. Okay, now move to next question. Now question number 9 says that classify the following numbers as rational or irrational. You have to find that whether the given numbers are rational or irrational number. First one, root 23. Just check first one, root 23. Now the number which is written under root is what? 23. Now you know that 23 is not a perfect square. Why I am saying perfect square? Because you know that 2 square means 4, then 3 square means what? 9, and then 4 square means what? 16, then 5 square means 25. Now here if we move forward to 6 square, 36 will come and so on. So 23 will not came here in perfect square table. So it means 23 is not a perfect square, and we know that those numbers which are not perfect square, if you put under root them, so what it becomes? They becomes what? What? Irrational number. So it is what? It is a irrational number only. What? Irrational number, as it is not a perfect square. Okay, you can write full SQ, okay, I'm writing full square. Okay, next second part is given us what? Root 225. Now we have learned the square table already. 225 comes when we multiply 15 into 15, so it means 15 will come outside, and 15 we can write as 15 upon 1, so it becomes what? Rational number only, and we don't need to prove anything here now, because 15 is the square root of 225, so we can say that it is a rational number, because it is a what? Whole number only, no? And we can write 15 upon 1, so it becomes a rational number only. Now third part, just check 0.3796. so here we do not to do too much hard work. As you can see here, it terminate after 6, nothing is there, no dotted lines are there, and no other digits are there. So what it is? As it is terminate, so what it is a what? Terminating. What we can say? Terminating decimal. And know that terminating decimals are comes under only what? A rational number only. So it is a rational number. Okay. Next is what? Fourth, 7.478478 and dot dot dot. See, 747, then 8478, then so on. So what we can say? It is what? It is whether rational or irrational. Just check here. It is what? Non-terminating. 7.478478. Okay, it is like this, 478 and 478. First thing, it is non-terminating because it is not ending, because it is continuing after this one, so it is non-terminating. But just check, is it non-recurring also? No. 478 478 and dotted line, so it is repeating. It is non-terminating, but it is what? Repeating. Non-terminating but repeating decimals, we can say. What it is? Non-terminating but repeating. So it is not an, what we can say, irrational number. So if it is not a rational number, so what it can be? It is a rational number. Okay, it is a rational number. Now last part, 1.10 100 100 then 140, then 1. Now already we have done 8th question where you have seen. So it is a part of what? It is a rational number only. And what you can write the reason? You can write the reason that as it is non-terminating and non-repeating decimal. So in this way we have solved our full exercise 1.3 here. Okay, now I will give some more questions in extra part, so you can solve it by yourself. Okay, so now we are going to learn how to represent the real numbers on the number line. Suppose that one question is given to us like locate 4.765 on the number line. What is the number? 4.765. Is it what? Terminating decimals, so it is rational number, and rational numbers are also what? Real numbers. As I already explained you, what are real numbers? Real numbers are the combination of rational number and irrational number, you can say. Okay, so all rational numbers or irrational numbers are real numbers only. Now 4.765, so how we can represent this number? So first we have to observe this number carefully. 4.765, this number is more than what? You can say 4. This number is more than 4. 4.765 is what? More than 4. But this number is what? Less than 5. 4.765, because it is 4.7, you can say. If you take first decimal place, 4.7, so it is less than 5 but more than 4. So it means this number will come between 4 and 5. So we have taken 4 and 5. Now we are trying to represent this in number line. Okay, now when we are trying to locate this point between 4 and 5, see just your scale, 4 and it is what? 5. So it is very small distance. Just check, very small distance, and we have to represent this one like this in between. So it seems very small. So you know that very well. We are using what? Magnifying glass, so to see the small objects in a larger view. So the same method we are applying here also. We will apply which method here? Process of successive magnification. It means we are thinking that we are using magnifying glass, so that we are dividing this 4 and 5 into bigger space. Like you can see here, now 4 I have taken here and 5 I have taken here, and between them 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 marks I have taken. Okay, you can see here 4.1 4.2 4.3 4.4 4.5 4.6 4.7 4.8 4.9, and then I will not write 4.10 because if we add 0.1 in 4.9, then it becomes what? 5 only. So when we move forward, so we can find that where our 4.765 will come. Just check 4.7. What is the first decimal place? 4.7. 7 is the decimal place, first decimal place. So just check 4.1, 4.2. These are mark only, mark. So where is 4.7? This is our 4.7. Okay, and this one 4.8. Now just check 4.765. So 4.765 is greater than 4.7 but less than 4.8. So it means it will come between these two numbers, these two marks. Okay, these two mark 4.7 and 4.8. This 4.76 will lie between these two. So we are going to now divide the gap between 4.7 and 4.8 into 10 equal parts. Again like this, 4.7 I have taken here, 4.8 I have taken here. Now 4.71, after 7 what will come? 4.71, 4.72, 4.73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, and then if I add 4.79, if I add what? 0.01, so it becomes 4.80 only, or we can say 4.8. Okay, now we have to check. We got 4.7. Okay, now what is the next decimal place? 6. Decimal place is what? Next 6. So 4.76, where it will come? So we find that 4.76 is coming here, 4.76, and our number is what? 4.765. So it means it is more than 4.76. So it means this number will lie between 4.76 and 4.77. Now we have to again using our magnifying method, and we will divide the gap between these two into 10 equal parts. Okay, so 4.76 I have taken, 4.77 I have taken here, again 10 equal parts. 4.76 after what? 1. 4.76 2, 4.76 3, 4.76 4, and comes 4.765. Just check our number which is given in the question, 4.765. And what is this? This is also 4.765. So finally we get our number which we have to denote on the number line. So we can give any name, we can give as A. So clearly we can say that point A on the number line represents 4.765. Okay, this is our answer. So in this way we can solve the questions. Now a different type of question is there, same method but different type. Like locate 5.37 bar. Now bar means already you have learned in when I have explained about rational numbers, that time only. It means it shows the repeating. It means 5.37 we can write 5.37, 37, 37, 37, 37, 37 and so on. Now how to represent this number on the number line? And if you read the question, they are saying on the number line up to 4 decimal places. What? On the number line up to 4 decimal places. It means we have to write after point, we have to take four places, 1 2 3 4. These are the 4 decimal places. 4 digits we have to take after the decimal. So we have to represent 5.3737 on the number line. So just how we will do? Again you can see 5.37, it is more than what? 5 but less than 6. So it means this number will lie between 5 and 6. So we have divided the parts between 5 and 6 into 10 equal parts, called as each mark, 5.1, 5.2, 5.3 and 5.4 and so on. Then we have to check where this number will come. 5.3, just first decimal place. 5.3 is coming here, as you can see here, this one, this is the place. So we will take now 5.3 and 5.4, so 5.3, 5.4. Now again we are dividing into 10 equal parts. Now 5.31, 5.32, 5.33, 5.34 and so on. Now we have to take 5.37. So where it is coming, 5.37, 5.37, this is the 5.37, this number, 5.37. But we have to denote up to 4 decimal places. It means 5.37, 37 again. So it will lie between these two, 5.37 to 5.38. So we will divide this mark, 5.37 and 5.38 into 10 equal parts, as you can see here. Now 5.371, 5.372, 5.373, 5.374 and so on. Now we have to check where this 5.373, because till second decimal place we have find out third decimal place, that is 5.373. So where it comes, 5.373, it's coming here, 5.373. Okay, so we have to now, as we have to find out what 4 decimal places, it is only 1 2 3 decimal places. So we have to find what gap between these two, 5.373 and 5.374. So 5.373 and 5.374, again I have taken the help of a scale and we have divided into 10 equal parts. So 5.3731, now 1 2 3 4 decimal places. 5.3732, remember what we are searching, we are searching 5.3737, 5.3733, 5.3734, 5.3735 and finally 5.3736 and 5.3737. This is the number which we are trying to locate on the number line. So we can denote it by point B. So clearly we can say that B point on the number line represents 5.37 bar up to 4 decimal places. So in this way you can solve the questions. Now if you check exercise 1.3, which we have done already, so just move to exercise 1.4 here, 1.4. So you can see the questions, same questions like this they are given. So now you can solve by yourself. I will give some extra questions also, so you can try by yourselves. I hope it is clear to you. If you have any doubt, you can ask me afterwards. Okay, thank you class. At last I just want to say, be safe and God bless you all.